Hello, my name's Mark Arnold. Welcome to It's Raining Cats and Dogs. In this episode, we're going to be exploring the world of Fiddles Boxes. What's a Fiddles Box? Well, a Fiddles Box is a really useful addition to your toolkit if you're the parent or carer of a child or young person with additional needs, or maybe you're a children's or youth worker or families worker who engage with children and young people with additional needs and disabilities too. Fiddles Boxes are a great collection of bits and pieces that can help to aid focus and concentration, and can also be helpful to provide calm and allow a child or young person to regain calm if they've lost it. I'm going to show you a video that I recorded a while ago with Urban Saints that looks at Fiddles Boxes in a bit of detail and explores the various things that you could put in a Fiddles Box of your own. And I've also made up some Fiddles Boxes, and after the video I'll be showing you pictures of those and talking about what's in them and explaining about how, if you wanted one, you could get hold of a Fiddles Box too. Fiddles Boxes are great, and parents and children's workers across the country have found them to be really helpful tools to add to their toolkit. So let's jump on in, let's explore a bit more about what Fiddles Boxes are all about. I hope you enjoy this episode of It's Raining Cats and Dogs. Hello and welcome to our Urban Saints all-inclusive Facebook Live, the Fiddles Box Special. During this session we're going to be exploring what a Fiddles Box is, what you might use it for, who might use it, and the kind of things that you might include in your Fiddles Box. If you've got a Fiddles Box of your own, then we love to see a picture of it, so do send that in the comments under this Facebook post. And we'd love it if you could share, like and comment on this post, because that really encourages us, but it also spreads the news to lots of other people as well. So let's get cracking, and over the next 10 to 15 minutes we're going to be exploring all there is to know about Fiddles Boxes. So what is a Fiddles Box? Well, as the name suggests, it's a box full of things that you can fiddle with. It doesn't have to be a box, it can be a tin, a bag, a basket, anything you like that contains a bunch of things that can be used by children, young people or adults to help to focus and concentrate and to just give them something to do with their hands during those times when they really just need something to help with concentration and to help us to engage with whatever's going on at that particular time. It's something we all do. Probably the most well-used Fiddles toy is our friend the pen. How many of us, when we're on the phone or in a meeting or maybe even watching a Facebook Live broadcast, are there clicking a pen, maybe spinning it around like some kind of little baton, or doodling and scribbling away and doing things like that. Just something that we use our hands for, and it just helps us to focus, helps us to concentrate, helps us to engage better with the things we're doing. We like to have other sensory inputs when we're doing stuff. How many of us like to have music in the background when we're concentrating on something, doing a bit of work or something like that? So a Fiddles Box is a box of a range of different things that meet the needs of lots of different people, and we'll look at a whole selection from my Fiddles Box in a minute or two's time. The kinds of people that would use a Fiddles Box could be anybody, could be children, young people or adults. It particularly is helpful for children and young people with additional or special needs, where perhaps they need some additional sensory input to help them to stay engaged and focused with the things that are going on in a group session or in church or in their Sunday school or youth work events that are happening. And so it can be used in a number of ways. A great way of for you to actually get a feel for how a Fiddles Box could help you and the children and young people that you're working with could be to get some things together, and I'll show you some ideas for that in a moment. create your own Fiddles Box, and next time you have a children's team meeting or a youth team meeting, get the Fiddles Box out and let all your team have a go at the things that are there. They'll soon be putting their pen down and picking up something else to fiddle with instead. So let's get into what's in my Fiddles Box, and that's some of the kinds of things that you might want to include in a Fiddles Box of your own. Don't forget to send us any photos of your Fiddles Box if you've got one to hand. We've had a couple that have come in, and we'll be sticking those up on this Facebook stream so that you can see them as well. And do remember to share and like and comment on this stream as we go through it together. So lots of things that you can put in a Fiddles Box. Perhaps a couple of the best known fiddle toys at the moment include the fidget cube. Here's our own Urban Saints branded one that's available from our website, and it's a cube that has lots and lots of different things to fiddle with, things that spin, things that click, things you can press. It's a great little toy just to hold in your hand and use, and help you to just have something that you can manipulate whilst you're listening to something that's happening. So a fidget cube works really well. Another thing that we're seeing a lot of publicity around at the moment are finger spinners. You may well have come across lots of press about finger spinners and schools that are either embracing them massively or in some cases are banning them. But they again are just a great little aid to allow somebody just to be spinning this whilst listening to what's happening with a talk or another part of your program. There was some recent publicity about a great theological way of using finger spinners. If you imagine that each part of this finger spinner represents part of the Trinity, so God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. When you spin it, they all become one. So it's a great way of maybe introducing at a very simple level a little bit of a talk about the Trinity. So having things like cubes and spinners are going to be great for your Fiddles Box. But some children might just like something that they can hold and stroke, something furry, something soft that they can squeeze or stroke or hold, and that will comfort them, help them to focus and concentrate a little better. So you could have things like that, furry things in your Fiddles Box. Other children or young people might like something they can squeeze. So something that's squeezy, a squeezy toy like this. Or a soft foam ball. These work really well as just a stress releaser. Do you remember the squeeze balls from a few years ago? It's the same idea, just something you can squeeze and hold. They make great stress releasing additions to your Fiddles Box. Or maybe something that you can twist and play with just in your hand. Here's our little friendly caterpillar, and we can just twist him around and turn him around. And again, it's quite therapeutic, quite relaxing to do that. There are other versions available, little blocks here, or just a little plastic twisty toy that you can just manipulate, and again, it's just a great way of helping a child or young person to relax as they use that. Some children and young people may need more of a sensory input from stretching something, pulling something. These are exercise bands. You can use these in a variety of ways. Different strengths are available, so you could have a selection of these that children and young people could choose from. Or just something small like a little stretchy person here, and again, just having this in your hand and stretching it and pulling it, that can be a great way of relaxing and just a great sort of therapeutic stress releaser there as well. We've got little stretchy people, but we've also got little bendy people as well, and again, just having something like this that you can just play around with. Don't mind if the child or young person is actually looking at the item from the Fiddles Box, because they may actually be, well, they will still be listening to you and still taking in what you're saying, but not every child and young person, and particularly some with additional needs, will be able to maintain eye contact throughout a talk or a longer part of your program. And so if they're looking at their fiddle toy, they may be just focusing their sight on this, but their hearing on what you're saying, and still be taking that message in. Other things you could have include, for example, a pot of Play-Doh. Now, my lad James, that some of you that are regulars to some of the work that we do here at Urban Saints in this space may be familiar with, his go-to item from the Fiddles box is Play-Doh. He just loves to be able to squeeze a piece of Play-Doh, and that helps him to be able to relax and to focus and to engage with what's going on at that particular moment in the session. It's again quite a relaxing, helpful aid for that. So Play-Doh, something really good to add to your Fiddles box. Random other things that you could include. A slinky. Slinkies are always great fun to play with and to hold and to manipulate, so you could perhaps include a slinky. Now here's one that comes with a bit of a warning. A nice big piece of Velcro. Now this is great. This is a terrific fiddle toy. It's a great way of relieving stress, but it's not something you would want to give to a child or young person during a quiet, contemplative part of your service. So save this for when the worship band is cranking the volume up to 11 and you've got a young person who's finding that maybe a little bit harder, and amongst other things that you could try to help them there, give them a bit of Velcro. And that might be a great aid to stress release and support for them there as well. A couple of other things that you might include in your Fiddles box could be something with a little bit of weight to them, perhaps a bean bag. Sometimes the sensory, the sensation of a bit of weight can be helpful. You can stuff a sock full of beans as well to make a bigger version of this, and that can be a really useful thing to have available as well. So bean bags really work as well. Well, pretty much the final thing in my Fiddles box is something that's got a bit of a light to it, something that flashes. Again, that can be a great go-to item for a number of children, and so having a range of different things in your Fiddles box, and there are lots more besides. Another great addition to a Fiddles box is pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners are cheap and easy to get hold of, but can be just great as a twisty toy, as a cheaper alternative to some of the twisty toys that we looked at earlier. Lots of different things that you could add to your own Fiddles box to make up a good collection for yourself. And if you find that several children or young people like the same thing from the box each time it comes out, just get more of those things. Make sure that everybody gets the thing that helps them to focus, to engage, to relax, to stay calm, and to give them something to do with their hands. Because let's face it, for a lot of the children and young people that we work with in our children's groups and in our youth groups, if we don't give them something that's safe and appropriate and helpful for them to fiddle with, they'll find something to fiddle with, or somebody to fiddle with. And so having a Fiddles box full of things that are safe and useful and helpful for them is going to make a real difference to the way in which that session works. As I said earlier, try this out for yourself in your own children's and youth team meetings. Get a Fiddles box, get some things in it, see how that helps your own meeting to really go well, and then bring that into your own children's and youth work session. It will be a novelty to start with. Bring it out in a session that perhaps towards the end of a session, so there's the opportunity for the distraction of the new to be used in a way that doesn't get in the way of the message that you're trying to get across. But then as you make it a more regular part of what you do, it's going to be increasingly helpful for the children and young people that you're working with. I hope you've been sharing your pictures of your Fiddles boxes. As I say, we had a couple that have come through at least, and it's been great to see them. One was a Fiddles tin, which is terrific to see. The other was in a basket. So use what you have, use what works best for you. But give this a try, and it'd be great to hear how you get on and what success you have as you use a Fiddles box for yourself. I don't know if we've had any questions that have come in, anything that the team have been answering, but if you've been sending your questions in, hopefully you've been getting the answers as we've talked through this session together. If you want to continue the conversation and you want to find out more about the things that we're doing, both here at Urban Saints and wider, then do have a look at our website, urbansaints.org/allinclusive. Do follow me on my Twitter account at Mark_J_Arnold, or on my blog, which is all about additional needs inclusion and working with children and young people in that space. So that's the additional needs blogfather.wordpress.com. Or visit us at the Additional Needs Alliance, either on the Additional Needs Alliance Facebook group, find that by searching for Additional Needs Alliance in Facebook, or on our website additionalneedsalliance.org.uk. But I hope you found this session helpful. It's been great to chat about Fiddles boxes, and I really hope that you find using a Fiddles box will really help you in your children's and youth work. So thanks and goodbye for now. So we've got 3 different styles and types of Fiddles box or Fiddles bag for you to choose from. The largest of the Fiddles boxes comes in an 8-litre coloured wham box. It's a really tough plastic box that everything goes in. There'll be some instructions and information about Fiddles boxes in there. There's a glove puppet that you can use. They're great for helping communication with children and young people. There's a 225 millilitre bubbles and wands that you can use. There'll be something like Mr. Splat that you can stretch and squeeze and squish. There's a Rubik style cube, which is great for finger dexterity. Those really work well. There'll be some balls. There's bead balls, which are really great for squeezing and are really enjoyable. There's a light up spiky ball. There's a bean bag, which is a little bit heavier, and that can be really helpful too. A little sports ball that you can use as a stress toy. They really squeeze well and are great to use. There'll be something like an activity book or a colouring book and some pencils to use with that. Some stretchy people that you can pull and twist. Some Play-Doh, which is really great, again, just for that sensory sensation of squeezing it and twisting it. There'll be some sort of like a rubber toy, a rubber duck or something like that, which is really good. Sometimes they squeak, which is a great extra sound to enjoy. Wooden twist blocks are great. Those are really good for, again, that finger dexterity. We'll put some pipe cleaners in there, maybe 1 or 2 other bits and pieces as well that will really help that. Oh, and a dance scarf. Dance scarves are great as a sensory toy in lots of ways, but they're also great just to sort of put over your head, over your face, and enjoy the sensation of that as well. So all of that comes in the large Fiddles box, which comes out at about £19 plus about £5 for post and packing. It's quite a big box, and so it's a medium parcel, so it's about £5 to send that. Next up is the Fiddles bag, and that comes in a sort of PE gym style bag, cotton bag, lots of different colours available for that. Again, you get the glove puppet. We've got an owl one here, but there are others, and again, that's really good for communication. You get the 225 millilitres of bubble mix and the wand for that as well. Obviously, the instructions and information that I've mentioned already. The activity book, we'll get some pencils to put in with that. Wooden twist blocks, the stretchy people, the egg maracas, which are great to shake, different balls, bead balls, a light up ball, a sports ball that you can use as a stress toy, some Play-Doh. Some wooden dominoes come in this pack, and they're great fun for using in lots of different ways. But for lining up, for just playing the game, yeah, they're quite a useful sensory addition to the Fiddles bag as well. And the Fiddles bag comes in about £12. It's about £3 to send that. So if you want one of those, that's about £3 to post and pack that to you. And then finally, if you want a little starter kit, we've got our little £5 starter mini Fiddles box, and that just comes in a little plastic tub. You get some Play-Doh, you get a light up ball or star in there. You get an egg maraca, a wooden twist and block set, a dance scarf, some pipe cleaners, and some information about how to use it all. So it's a great little starter pack, a cheap and easy way to start to get into Fiddles boxes. It costs about £3 to send one to you, but do let me know if you're interested in any of those 3 Fiddles boxes or bags, and we can make some of those up and get them sent out to you. So I hope you've enjoyed this Fiddles Box episode of It's Raining Cats and Dogs. Do get in touch and let me know your Fiddles Box stories, or if you'd like to get hold of a Fiddles Box, then please contact me. All the information that you need is on the wall behind me, so do be in touch. I'll be back again soon with some more information that can help you as parents or carers or children's, youth and families workers to be more inclusive and to create belonging for the children and young people you're working with. So look out for more episodes of It's Raining Cats and Dogs coming soon.